Hello, comic book fans. Today I have the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3. This is a brand new release that just came out. And just like the Volumes 1 and 2 for this Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus, you got a plain black cover inside the dust jacket. Here's the back. Again, nothing like the Age of Apocalypse or that monster bus that came out. And this book collects the Amazing Spider-Man 68 to 104. And just in case if you're wondering, that does not get into the death of Gwen Stacy. We will have to wait for a volume 4. Hopefully they come out with that not in the far too distant future. This book does, however, has the 3-issue arc of the death of Gwen Stacy's father, Captain Stacy. This book also introduces Morbius, the living vampire, and it also has the story run of when Spider-Man gets his 4 extra arms. So that's really cool. There's some great storylines in here. And for me, this is really when the Spider-Man stories really started picking up. The character development, they got more emotional. In my opinion, anyways, this is really when you're starting to get in the heyday of Spider-Man's comics. As you can see, too, the artwork has considerably improved. And he battles a lot of great classic villains in this, like you see here, the Lizard, and Electro, Vulture's back, of course Dr. Octopus. And there's some new villains in here as well that you haven't seen him tackle before, like Night Prowler. And of course Morbius, he was introduced in the Spider-Man comics. You got some of these silly ones, Kangaroo. And just like volumes 1 and 2, this book is excellent quality, really good binding. All the pages are nicely numbered for you. You don't lose any of the artwork in the middle here. And of course, lots and lots and lots of extras in this book, just like volumes 1 and 2, which is really nice. Always nice when you get that kind of stuff, especially when you're dropping, anywhere from $80 to over $100 for one of these books. There's lots of these throughout this too. Messages from Stanley. And this is kind of the start of the death of Captain Stacy. A lot of this battle is really neat too. You can see it's provided a lot of inspiration for the battle with Dr. Octopus in the Spider-Man 2 movie. Happens on the side of a building and onto the rooftops. And this is the issue where he dies. This is one of the reasons why I love Spider-Man so much. It's just how there's a lot of consequences to his actions throughout all of it. Well, through all of his history, and he goes through real emotional turmoil, and through things like this. Like, you could imagine a captain of a police department who happens to be your girlfriend's father is accidentally killed while you're battling an arch nemesis. And just the fact that Spider-Man really deals with real-world problems just like we do. This is why I find him so compelling and why he really became my favorite superhero of all time. The Green Goblin stuff all in the heyday was always fun to read. He was a really well-written villain for Spider-Man in the old comic books. And there's the introduction of Morbius and the start of his extra arms. So the introduction of like a classic Marvel monster character. Of course you saw him pop up in things like Werewolf by Night. And the start of the extra arms issue. I don't know, anyone who grew up watching the Spider-Man cartoon series in the 90s will remember they did that in a few episodes where he had the extra arms. I believe in that show he actually tried to go to Xavier's Academy and they rejected him because he wasn't a true mutant. Craven's always a cool villain too. I hope they actually get him into a movie one of these days. And then the back of the book you get into the extras. Lots of cool extra covers, alternate covers, and artwork. Lots of really great stuff for you to explore, which is always nice in these books. Marvel does a really good job with their big omnibus books, including a lot of extra stuff in them. And that's it, everyone. That's the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3. If you're a Spider-Man fan like I am, I definitely recommend this. You can actually still get Volume 1 and 2. I've seen them available. They're still available on places like Amazon, so if Spider-Man's been something you want to get into, pick up those and get this volume. This volume is great. A lot of great storylines in it. For me, the writing gets better. A lot of the character story arcs get better. And this is like when Spider-Man really started to pick up his storytelling, in my opinion. So I highly, highly recommend this book. A lot of great artwork and stuff in this. This is a really good volume. I really enjoy this stuff, and it's great reading the history of these old superheroes. So I highly recommend this. Thanks for watching my video, everyone.